Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, well, if you're new, hey, welcome. This is my Devastator build right here, y'all. If you don't know, this build right here got me through a lot, man. It got me from leveling up to the world tier grinding to expedition tier grinding. It can do it all, okay? You're using these three main skills. You got Tremor, Golem, and Impale. Now you see Impale, it's pretty much gonna do majority of your damage for this build. Impale and your firearm. So between those two does the majority of your damage. Golem is there for your tankiness, and in our class you're gonna see it gives us more anomaly power to make Impale do more damage, as well as Tremor. Now Tremor, like if Golem ain't gonna save you, Tremor definitely will. Okay, Tremor, we're gonna get some added health regeneration and health and damage just from all the enemies around us. Okay, because you know in this game as well as I do, there's so many countless enemies and mobs, ads, whatever you want to call them, that are just swarming you time and time and time again. Okay, so you don't know, Tremor's like if you're an epicenter of an earthquake, just comes all in, you absorb all their health and whatnot, pull them in a little bit, etc. Golem, put a whole bunch of rocks over your body, fortify you up, give you damage resistance. Impale, oh, it's one of my favorite ones, man. It just looks awesome. You just impale somebody. If they're close to dying, that's what you'll see right there, but if not, it'll just basically do some damage over time and take a large chunk of your health. Alright, on to the class skills. As you pretty much see, we're staying mainly focused on the bottom seismic shifter skill tree. We got our anomaly power, because you know we want to keep that. We got our cooldown resistant 15%. This is major, okay? Guys, you see we get our Impale here and our Tremor. Both get 15% cooldown reduction. We get skill leech to help us with our survivability, because one of the main things of this build is survivability. That's why we got two things helping us stay alive and do some damage. And then we got another one that does majority damage, also helps us stay alive because we got health regeneration on as well, the Impale. Okay, then we got over here, we got anomaly power increased again by another 6%, making 12% so far. And then we got here, this is what I'm talking about, your Paladin right here. Okay, this protection skill increases anomaly power by 45% for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is roughly about the time that this skill lasts. So as long as it's up on you, you should be straight and you have extra damage from your skills. Now I chose the kinetic skill cooldown. Although we're not using this, I like to keep it anyways, because resistance piercing, I personally don't see benefit with it. Plus I'm gonna be doing some other builds with the exact same setup. It's very universal, encompassing setup we can have here. Okay, then we increase our anomaly power yet again to 18% with this additional 6% right here. And as you see, we're going to go down, and this is why our firearm is going to also do some damage, because we're having anomaly bullets here. We increase our firepower by 15% of our anomaly power. So when we're over here increasing our anomaly power by 18% and increasing our firepower as well, okay, slowly but surely, that's what we want to go with. Stone circle, close range. You're extending your close range considered distance by additional 4 meters. This is a very important thing. It's a major key, okay? Because a lot of times when you're in the midst of battle, close range isn't what you would think is close range. Isn't close range on this game. It's what I've noticed. So at times when I kill an enemy and it seems like they will be close range, I don't get any health from them. Which one of the ways, if you didn't know, from the Devastator, how you get healed when you kill enemies that are slain within a close range, okay? This extends it out, which makes it that just, you know, that much better. And our Tremor is also a medium range skill. It's not technically a close range skill. It's like it's both. So with this allows us to take advantage of Tremor, and our stone circle is very much your guide of where you should be killing enemies to get the health from it. Oh, and then this through the mob. It is so good to have this right here. You increase your armor by 7% for each enemy in close range. Mind you, we just extended close range, so we're putting our armor even up higher. It so monumentally makes a difference, especially with all the adds a beat around. Alright, this right here, our seismic skills get another decrease in their cooldown by another 15% and get 30% now. That's major, because we're not only able to use our impale more, but our tremor more. Okay. Then we got our anomaly reserve for additional 6%. Oh my goodness, we up to what, 24% now? Oh, so good. Executioner, that's always good, especially when we're doing impale and whatnot, because impale, if you do spike them with the actual impale stick, like it showed you on the preview of the ability, then you get health regeneration for yourself and your allies. So allowing this executioner to basically proc and take effect, especially on the more tankier enemies, you're pretty much gonna kill them if they're below 30% anyways, but it's just finalized. It especially helps with your firepower and your tremor as well. It just helps all around, does more damage. Anomaly power increase yet again. Now I believe we're at 30%, y'all. That's a lot. That's a big increase right there. Okay, 30% more anomaly power. That's major. Now our bleed does 30% more damage with this one right here that we can go down to, which will help a lot, because if you didn't know, our melee, scroll back over here, our melee inflicts bleed within a small radius. Okay, you'll see the radius. It shows you if you slam on the ground, it shows you the radius is a yellow circle, which I'll show you some gameplay in a sec. But this allows you to be healed by 25% of your bleed damage. That is so helpful. Can't tell you how many times it's saved my life on numerous occasions where I've literally been down to like red. I don't really die that often. I think I died like twice with my Devastator, like ever, and I'm done, like kept pushing the highest expeditions that I can get to. I just finished out. I'm finishing out my world tier grind to 15. Like, if I ever get down low, I literally just melee an enemy, get some bleed damage on them, and this heals me up to full. It's so lovely. Now, right here, we're getting additional skill leech by 6%. This is what, 12% now for us. Helps out a lot, especially when we're using all of our skills, our tremor and our impale mostly. It would just, by the amount of damage we do, we get 6% of that restored back to his health, so we make sure we're staying alive. Survivability is key, okay? Increase our armor by 20% and resistance by 20% for 10 seconds when your skill ends. So this is major, because when this is up, okay, yeah, we're using golem, so we're tanky, we're able to survive. Cool. When this goes away, sometimes I used to use, before I had this skill leveling up, this one, because this one last things I spec'd into, I would use tremor on one instance, and I'll wait for tremor to go off, then I'll use golem, so I'll always stay alive. And with that, you can double stack this with golem or this with tremor. Either way, it's phenomenal. You don't die. No matter what world tier you're on and going through the story, you don't die. Our bleed damage does an additional 30% more damage. That's 6% now for us by how we're specking, okay? So major. Then our seismic skills, mind you, that's our impale, that's our tremor, gets an increase of base damage by 50%. That's so major, y'all. Y'all don't understand. That is so major. That does so much damage. I literally see 80, 90, 100k damage. Mind you, I'm not that high. I think my overall, the highest level I can get to right now is 43 for like gear level, and I'm doing those kind of numbers. You know what I mean? I haven't got fortunate enough to get a lot of legendaries and whatnot. So, saying that, this helps tremendously. Okay, now let's go over to gear for our mods and whatnot. Now, pistol, don't ever really use it, but I mean, that's what I got now. It's the highest one for firepower. That's what I use. My LMG, I mean, this is good for clearing all legendary. It's one of the ones I happen to get. Dismantled it. Sometimes I regret, sometimes I don't. But this right here, Singularity, is very good. Does a lot of damage. I've read pretty much all the stuff that's available to me. It's one of the best things you can do for damage, to clear a lot of ads at once, especially all them little like creature dogs that come up to to you and run up in your face. Death Chains is one of the best damaging skills that I am seeing so far. It does so much damage, y'all. Like, it's phenomenal. It's one of the highest hitting things that you get, like for tier 2 perks and whatnot. Especially if you're not having much luck with getting on legendaries, I would highly recommend you get a Death Chains on some weapon. Maybe dismantle it if not that good. Other than that, get it on pretty much all your weapons, okay? Because right here is my main go-to, okay? Really, it's my number one. Because mostly I would try to have like this shotgun and whatnot, but with this assault rifle right here, special tactical version, I don't ever really switch. Like, I have to force myself to switch to this just to clear our enemies. Other than that, I don't have to switch because it's spec'd in such a way that's just so helpful. The weapon life leech helps so much. It heals me tremendously. I have skill life leech on it and healing receive, so just healing all around. So keep me alive, okay? Ultimate Storm Whip, you get this from the Thunderbird legendary, okay? People I know who play this game, pretty much everyone got a Thunderbird, so if you don't, I would just say continue on grinding through the story. You at least get 3 legendaries if you complete the story, because you get at the last boss, the big monster ghoul. That thing was humongous, that you kind of fight by a waterfall or something like that, like in a cave at first and you go to water, and then when a certain character is in grave danger, let's just put it like that, air in the sand environment, those are 3 times you get legendaries if you didn't know already. So yeah, basically, if you don't have Storm Whip, you don't have Thunderbird, which you don't even have to because you can get tier 2 mod, which it just be, instead of every 1 second, it's every 2 seconds, does the same amount of damage, but it's phenomenal, okay? Let me just say that right now, it's phenomenal. You get the tier 2 mod, it's phenomenal, okay? If you can't manage to get the tier 2 mod or the tier 3 mod of it, go ahead, tier 2 mod Claymore. Claymore does a lot of damage, okay? Death Chains is pretty much a mandatory for me, okay? You see that? That's 42,556 damage over 3 seconds, and the cooldown is every 2 seconds. So you can just pretty much keep this up, okay? You're pretty much keeping this up at all times. It does so much damage. Then this, with the Ultimate Storm Whip that I got, this probably be like one of your better skills to put on it. Because this combo right here, if you don't get a lot of legendaries like me, I think I've gotten 3 weapon legendaries, and I just got a legendary chest from doing grinding. The Wendigo hunt, that's about it. That's all legendaries I got. So if you don't get a lot of legendaries like me, go ahead and get Death Chains. Now enough of that. Let's get over here. Impale, you want increase the damage of it, because it just does so much. It's ridiculous. Seismic Impulse, it's actually a slept on skill, and when I do Expeditions, I realize this actually comes pretty high up there. A lot of enemies are in close range to me, so I try to run up in there, take a lot of the ads on, because as long as, especially with Trimmer, if there's ads, I don't care how many hit me and how high level we up. If there's ads around, I don't focus on them. All I do is focus and shoot the boss. Put impales on the boss. I don't focus on the ads. I don't have to, especially with Trimmer and the Seismic Impulse. It does enough damage. It kills all ads around me anyways, relatively quickly and whatnot, so I don't really have to worry about that, thankfully enough. Sorry, my phone over here going off. Alright, on to the chest. I got Trimmer receives 2 additional explosions, which pretty much just extends it out, allow me get more healing, receive more damage out there. Is phenomenal. Preservation shield, I've recently got this put on. I used to use one before this was the ice trap freeze, and then I think one before that was rejuvenation, which increases there you go, rejuvenate, increase your firepower, anomaly power, and armor, all by, you know, a good little chunk for 8 seconds whenever your health is replenished, so whenever you get healed. which with this one you get healed so much. You always healed. You're pretty much always full. If you're not full, you can pretty much either melee a group of ads or an ad, or just pop one of your skills and you'll go back to full. It's very hard to die. So I was carrying my homeboy Get Wise through some expeditions because my character ended up being a little bit higher than his. But yeah, this build does phenomenal. If you want to check out more in depth of how I came along to this build and see it more in action day after day, good, the bad, the ugly, the times I did die, check out my past streams, pretty much any of them. The only ones I died, one time I died was with my homeboy Get Wise, so check out the ones with his name in it. They're labeled. So yeah. This one right here, Rivers of Blood, is a very critical skill if you're trying to put on a lot more damage, because you do 50% more damage to an enemy's affected by bleed. So normally when I'm like fighting, which you'll see in the gameplay in a sec, I'll hit them with a melee to infect them with bleed. Then I'll go ahead and hit my 2 impales. Spoiler alert. And it takes a big chunk of health. Like you're about to see, we take pretty much half the window of health just the first time around. Trimmer, get more health regeneration and more armor. Mind you, we're focused on survivability first, damage second. So the fact that there's so many times where I'm not by any enemies whatsoever at all, and I'll pop Trimmer, especially snipers tagging me. There's like 3-4 of them, right? It's happened a couple of times. I get low, because that means sniper bullets in you, that's a lie. So I get low, I'll pop a Trimmer and I'll just basically shoot back up. Okay, then we got personal space, where you just get close range damage increased by 15%. Mind you, we increased our close range damage distance by 4 additional meters, so this helps you out a lot. So anything that's basically in your healing range, you do more damage to. Okay, and then we get our impale, we get to use by one more time, except for, and then our golem emergency stance, we get that effect for 4 seconds whenever our health drops below 30. So by that and by this, when our health drops below 30, we're not dying. There's been times where I've literally just stood there and tried to see if I would die, and like the Wendigo mission and like a couple expeditions, and it don't really happen. So yeah, by these 2 you'll stay alive, but if you want, you can switch that perk out with a lot of the other damage perks, firepower increasing perks, anomaly increasing perks, the one that increase your damage by bled enemies, because if you didn't know, if your impale hits and they do not die, they are now affected by bleed. It just helps out all around. Okay. Rejuvenation is not necessarily mandatory. Once again, that's another skill you can switch out to whatever you like. Personal space, you can switch out to wherever you like. That's just what I've been using. Even Golem, okay? I believe these boots, actually, I got these like level 22, I believe. And I leveled them all the way. So, it's crazy. But anyways, when I was leveling, I would go ahead and say that using Impale one more time will probably be a mandatory. If you're struggling, if you're dying a lot, go ahead and use Human Fortress and you put Tremor on. You pretty much won't die. Okay, as long as you time it out right. You want more damage, get Rivers of Blood. I would say that's more of a major one. Tremor, the 2 more additional explosions, they do more damage, so you know your ads and your boss. Sometimes it killed the boss for me when I had reload. So that's helpful. Plus it'll allow you to heal more because of 2 additional explosions. This is definitely major. Okay, I would consider both of these perks, the Impale doing more damage and Seismic Impulse, to be requirements. When I was leveling up, I didn't have any of these, like neither one of these perks. I had the one allow you to hit more than one target. So leveling up especially, I would say that right now I'm more focused on more boss damage, so I will go with Impale does more damage, and I probably even switch out probably the shield or something like that to do more Do more damage. Hit the impale hits more than one target. I will get that mod. Okay. But without further ado, let's get into a little bit of gameplay of it. Let's see what's in the action. Okay. I'm running up in here. I see it's the World Tier 14. I'm finishing out my World Tiers. It's great for World Tier expansion, tier farming, as well as leveling. I use the exact same build. I just read the skills, put a little build together in my head. Like, you can ask my homeboy Get Wise. You can go on his channel one night and see what's up. I'm pop Golem, get an increase. I'm gonna do that. Look at that, 70 and 71. Use my aim. See, look at that. Ooh. See, I don't have to worry about them. Look at that. They're healing me. I ain't gotta worry about a single thing right now. Shoot the loudness. Oh, I'm down. Woo! Shoot right back up like a little. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? Woo! Let me reload. Let me move from that. Let me hit him real quick. He said 50% more damage. Ooh, look at that number 72 with some change down there. Now y'all want to see singularity? Let me go ahead and kill the ass. I can't really see. Normally I'll just spray this out. Let's see what happens. We ended up getting one in that time. Whoop. Look at him, just stop, man. He stopped the image pack, man. I'm toying with him, man. Like, this is funny. Ah! Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but you have a little yellow ring. That's what you're looking for your melee range, okay? You got to pretty much be right on top of it. But you hit everything within their range. There's a lot of fast enemies on you. You hit all of them. Oh, he's gonna drop. That's easy, man. Look at that. Some epics, man. Like, it ain't nothing, man. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go over here. So I can keep this going. But look, without further ado, y'all, this your boy Trey TJ, man. And I'm out, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this video out. Let your homeboys, whoever. Look at that. Let me go get some more health. Let your homeboys, whoever, go ahead and share this video to him. Especially if they're struggling with the Devastator. Send them my way. You can't go wrong, man. You really can't. Without further ado, I'm out. Oh, real quick, before I go, if you want, I will be doing, as you see, I have the legendary boxes from all these, okay? I'm about to get 15, I'm gonna do a whole video opening them. So if you want, stay tuned for that. Look at me, oh my god, I didn't take no damage, I didn't need to pop golem. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that. Put the post notifications on, okay? Because you want to stay in tune. I'm opening 4 legendaries right there, guaranteed legendary for each one. Without further ado, you see, I'm out.